Roman Reigns to return soon and challenge WWE Champion for blockbuster rematch? Possibility explored. WWE superstar Roman Reigns has been absent from the Stamford-based promotion's weekly programming since Raw after WrestleMania 41. The OTC was brutally attacked by Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker on the Red brand after the show of shows. According to multiple reports, Reigns could return to WWE TV soon. Many speculate that the former Universal Champion could come back as soon as the Money in the Bank Premium Live event on June 7, 2025. Although the original Bloodline star is expected to go after Seth Rollins' stable after his return, he might set his eyes on a current champion instead. It is none other than the undisputed WWE Champion John Cena. Since losing the gold against Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania XL, Roman Reigns has been trying to reclaim the title. The OTC could make an electrifying return soon to possibly go after John Cena's championship. Roman and John have locked horns on multiple occasions in the past. Their latest one-on-one outing came at SummerSlam 2021. The two stars could feud after Reigns returned to possibly set up a rematch at Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia on June 28, 2025. WWE star John Cena called Roman Reigns the greatest of all time. During the media junket before WWE Superstar Spectacle 2023, Sportskeeda Wrestling's Raju Dasgupta asked John Cena about Roman Reigns. Without any second thoughts, the 17-time world champion said that he believed Reigns was the greatest of all time. "In my perspective, I think Roman Reigns is the greatest of all time," Cena replied. 2023 was a time when John Cena was a face in World Wrestling Entertainment. Things have completely changed this year as the Chain Gang Soldier is now a heel. In 2025, Cena has been calling himself the GOAT of wrestling and believes he is the last real champion. It will be interesting to see if the Triple H-led creative team has planned anything for a title match between Roman Reigns and John Cena before the latter's retirement at the end of this year. Is Roman Reigns returning? Paul Heyman's WWE Raw tease raises eyebrows. Roman Reigns' former wiseman, Paul Heyman, might have teased his return coming soon. Roman Reigns has been inactive since the culmination of the WrestleMania season this year. The WWE Universe has been loud for weeks to see the OTC back on WWE television programming. The hype was fueled further by a promo by his former wiseman, Paul Heyman, who seemingly dropped major references about his former tribal chief. Paul Heyman hinted at Roman Reigns' return to WWE. The May 26 edition of Monday Night Raw opened with Paul Heyman making his way to the ring with his new faction, Seth Rollins, Bron Breakker, and their latest member, Big Bronson Reed. The four of them stood side by side inside the squared circle and Heyman began to address the audience. During that promo, he noticeably made references to Roman Reigns, the WWE Hall of Famer, in his true fashion, put over the young stars of this group, Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed, hinting at progressive futures for each of them. During his address towards Bron Breakker, he stressed heavily on the word bloodline, which is a reference to his time with Roman Reigns. He then turned his attention to the visionary, Seth Rollins. Heyman began with a familiar stance, saying, "Acknowledge Seth Rollins," dropping to a nearly similar pose as he did back in the day with Reigns. This looked like a direct nod to Roman Reigns, who used to start his promos by asking the fans to acknowledge him, and Heyman following suit. Roman Reigns was last seen on Raw after the WrestleMania 41 episode. He came down to the ring to get some payback on Paul Heyman, who betrayed him at WrestleMania, and Seth Rollins, who snatched his wiseman from him. He and CM Punk, who both had common enemies, were left beaten down by Rollins and Bron Breakker, who was revealed as the newest Paul Heyman guy. Elsewhere, Reigns is reportedly to be in talks for a prominent role for the live version of the Street Fighter movie. With Reigns' return majorly teased on this week's edition of Monday Night Raw, it will be interesting to see if the fans could see the OTC back, which would not be good for his foes. What did Roman Reigns' gold glove stand for? Throughout his entire WWE career, one of the most signature pieces to Roman Reigns' attire has been the glove on his right hand, which often comes in different colors and is primarily used to deliver the Superman punch. However, during the early days of his run as the Tribal Chief, Reigns debuted a gold glove, which quickly started fan speculation that his new attire was inspired by Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet from the Marvel Comics. Especially with the dominant persona that Reigns was portraying at the time, it made perfect sense that a small part of his wardrobe could be made to resemble one of the most feared villains in pop culture history, a nigh unstoppable conqueror. That said, according to an interview Reigns did in 2021, the gold glove was never influenced by Thanos, but instead was meant to signify something even more mythical, the Midas touch. Why fans think Roman Reigns will return to WWE soon? Roman Reigns has been off WWE TV since the explosive fallout after WrestleMania 41, where he was taken out by Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker. Since then, fans have been wondering when the tribal chief will return. And based on this week's Raw, many believe it could be sooner than expected. All signs for Roman Reigns' WWE return listed. During Monday Night Raw, Seth Rollins made his entrance with Paul Heyman, Bron Breakker, and Bronson Reed. All four wore sharp suits, and while their look didn't mirror the Shield's signature gear, longtime fans picked up on a familiar vibe. Commentary added to the speculation, with Pat McAfee noting how Rollins hasn't had this kind of backup since his Shield days with Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. No hand signs. No tactical gear. But the comparison wasn't accidental, as WWE rarely drops nostalgia without purpose. This felt like a subtle breadcrumb for fans paying attention. Another big flag was Paul Heyman's sudden shift in tone. After weeks of avoiding any mention of Reigns, Heyman went out of his way to take shots at him. While hyping up Bronson Reed, he quipped that Reed had hurt Rollins more in one night than Roman had in a decade. For someone who once stood by Reigns' side for years, that kind of insult felt especially loaded. And to top it off, Heyman closed his speech by asking the crowd to acknowledge Rollins. Moreover, right now, the balance in WWE's main event scene feels a little lopsided. Rollins' crew is stacked, while CM Punk, Sami Zayn, and occasionally Jey Uso are struggling to keep up. Roman Reigns, who was betrayed by Heyman and beaten down by Rollins, would make sense to return to WWE. Additionally, there was talk of Reigns returning for Money in the Bank 2025, but Rollins being announced for the latter match makes that unlikely. If Rollins is in that match, the Tease Tag Team Showdown can't happen, at least not there. This shift has fans speculating that Reigns' comeback could be saved for a bigger moment, possibly SummerSlam. WWE. 3 game-changing moments that could happen at Money in the Bank 2025. Some shocking moments might also take place at WWE Money in the Bank 2025. The company has likely planned something big. Let us share the details with you. Preparations for Money in the Bank 2025 are currently underway in WWE, and fans are buzzing with excitement. Several major matches have already been announced. As always, all eyes will be on the men's and women's ladder matches. Superstars like John Cena, CM Punk, and Cody Rhodes are set to be in action. With Triple H and his team known for delivering big moments, surprises are definitely expected. Here are 3 major surprises that fans might witness at Money in the Bank 2025. Roman Reigns may return. Roman Reigns was last seen on the Raw episode following WrestleMania 41, where he was brutally attacked by Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker. Since then, fans have eagerly awaited his return. Although WWE hasn't advertised him for any appearances before SummerSlam, plans can always change. Seth Rollins is also part of the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. He has confidently declared that he will win the briefcase and become champion again. However, Roman Reigns could return to spoil Rollins' dreams. Reigns is likely seeking revenge and could make a surprise appearance at the event to attack Rollins. John Cena and Logan Paul may suffer defeat. At Money in the Bank 2025, John Cena and Logan Paul are scheduled to face Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso in a blockbuster tag team match. Despite their star power, Cena and Paul's chemistry has been questionable. On a recent episode of SmackDown, Logan Paul lightly pushed Cena, which clearly irritated the veteran. During the tag match, a miscommunication or accidental attack by Cena on Paul could escalate tensions. This may result in their defeat. It's worth noting that rumors of a Cena vs. Logan Paul singles match have been circulating for years. This storyline tension could build toward a highly anticipated clash at Night of Champions 2025. CM Punk could win the ladder match. CM Punk is also expected to be part of the men's ladder match. Since his return to WWE at the end of 2023, Punk has yet to secure a major victory. He has fallen short on several key occasions. Money in the Bank 2025 could finally be his moment. If Punk wins the briefcase, it would open up exciting storyline possibilities. In recent years, the Money in the Bank cash-ins haven't been particularly impactful. Punk holding the briefcase could bring fresh energy and anticipation. His victory would undoubtedly generate a huge reaction and could lead to a thrilling future championship storyline. With major names, potential shocks, and intense rivalries, Money in the Bank 2025 promises to be one of the most memorable WWE events of the year. Stay tuned as anything can happen.